I started working here 10 years ago in November. I used to do 2 shifts a week, and then in the days when I had a proper job, and then I was made redundant and I started here full time. So I've worked for the 2 previous landlords and landladies, and then we took over on the 18th of March last year, so it's our year's birthday. We try to use everything as local as possible, so we know where everything comes from. On a Sunday lunch I can tell you where your meats come from, where the potatoes have come from, so that's really important to me. When I go out, I want to know where my food's come from, so it's our privilege to be able to tell people where their meats come from, so it's all good. And then we're part of the Everard's brewery chain, so we always have excellent beers provided by them, a real good range of beers. We always have the staples, but then there's something different if people want to try something different. So yeah, we just try and encompass everything into one place. We have a big catchment area, Grantham a lot, and then we sort of go out to Sleaford, almost out to Lincoln, to Stamford, so we have a big group. And then we also have a lot of people who come from Belton Woods who stay in the lodges, who come year on year, and we see them maybe 2 or 3 times a year, so it's nice. They're more friends than customers now. I've known a lot of them a long time. We just try to give excellent customer service. That's my big thing, is I try to look after people how I want to be looked after when I go out, and that's really important. And I have my little team, and they're really good. They know what they're doing and they make me very proud. But just good quality food, well produced at a reasonable price, you know, that's what we always strive for. We're a pub, we're not a restaurant, we do pub food, and that's, as long as my name is above the door, that is what we are all about. For all the team, it would just be nice that we're recognised for what we do. You know, I say thank you to them every day, but for somebody else to say thank you would really mean a lot, really mean a lot.
Blue Castle started in 2003. It was started by Daniel Pegram. He started the business really by chance. He was asked to have a look at some energy requirements of some people he was dealing with for another job he was doing, and out of that sprung Blue Castle Business Services, and we do environmental services, waste management, and we look after people's requirements. You know, anything you have that you want taken away, getting rid of. It used to be called rubbish, it's now called recycling. About 7 years ago, you know, Dan I think had a small team then. He was also asked to look at people's energy bill. Out of those, that idea sprung the energy side of the business. So we've got Blue Castle Business Services, which is environmental and waste management, and Blue Castle Energy Limited. So that is us. Our customer base can be a PLC, can be an SME, they can be in Grantham, they can be in Aberdeen. So that's what Blue Castle are, you know.
Well, we've been in Grantham about 16 years now. We basically are a hub for designer brands with the latest fashion. We have something new and unique every week coming in for everybody, for male and female. We basically have, if there's a new brand that comes out, we'll obviously always get it in first. A new look, a new style from the catwalk, whether it be evening wear, formal wear, or whether it be just casual wear. Denims, clothing, everything, footwear, accessories, everything comes in here first. We also have something edgy, something different. Some people obviously run away from it, other people love it, it's obviously individual. But we'll have something for everybody basically. We aren't a one-man shop, for everybody, for the whole family. And we'll try something different all the time. We have a huge range of brands, and in that brand we have a lot of depth within the same brand. I think it's customer service. People come back to us. We know a lot of people by first name. We give a lot of discounts, a lot of offers to students or to loyal customers. We have a good payment, interest-free payment plan where they can come in and buy things and pay over a weekly period without any interest. And I think it's just the fact that we are very well known. We do a lot in local community. We do a lot of charity work. Do a lot of local work as well, and it's just been here for so long. 16 years has been a long time. It's not just mine, it's the staff, do good customer service. looked after the shop and everybody else. They know what's going on, and it's just recognition that another 16 years is worth doing, because everyone knows we're here and everyone recognises and everyone appreciates us. I mean, it's tough economic times out there, really hard to keep it going. It is a really good trophy to have, to prove that yes, we worked hard and it has paid off.
I'm 20 years old. I joined the business when I was 19. Before I joined the business, I wasn't really working or anything like that. I didn't think my life was really going anywhere, and neither did anyone else. When I first signed in the application form to sign up for the apprenticeship at Blue Castle, I didn't really think I was going to get it until I got that first phone call. So I was over the moon when I found out about that, and then when they signed me up, it was just, I didn't expect what position I was going to be in now, basically. I thought, oh, it's just a job, get the apprenticeship over and done with, and then I'll just start working. But it's been a long journey, and there's been a lot of different stories to tell. Just working here has been amazing, I suppose. Yeah.
We were formed in 1988. I was actually a founder member. I was approached by a physiotherapist from Grantham. Currently we have over 40 riders registered on our books with us, and they range from quite small children up to adults. People ride for lots of different reasons. Some people ride for recreational reasons, so they just come along. It's very social, it's good for healthy living, it promotes sort of fitness and well-being, self-confidence. Other people want to compete, so we're quite a competitive group. Last year we were successful at the national championships. We had 5 riders qualify down to the dressage competitions, and our pony won the top award for the top score for the whole day, so that's the best dressage score for over 320 tests, so that was quite an achievement. Most of the riders in the Saddle Club, that's the children's club, are bought by their parents. And so that is a huge range of ages, from 7 up to about 15, from Asperger's, so that's children that are on the autistic spectrum, learning difficulties, Down syndrome, through to cerebral palsy, and really what it gives those children is a tremendous opportunity to really take part in an activity that is challenging for them, because sometimes their lives are quite wrapped up in cotton wool, and they're not allowed to partake. Maybe schools are worried about them partaking in activities where they might damage themselves. We don't want people to damage themselves, but it's really great when you see a rider take a horse and for the first time ride that horse off solo and get that horse to go where they want to go. And the other thing is, for people in wheelchairs, it can be incredibly empowering to be, you spend your life stuck in a wheelchair and suddenly you're up on a horse, you're looking down at everybody's looking up at you for a change, and it's an incredible feeling of self-confidence. To win would be absolutely fantastic, and it would be such a huge pat on the back for the volunteers. Without those volunteers we wouldn't do it, so for me, this award is for them.
Started off in here, how many did we have a week through here?
Sometimes 50, between 50 and 100, and now we've got in excess of 1,000.
You only get out what you put in, and without Lisa's help and the kids' help, they all come in here on the weekends and after school, and they all help out. So yeah, and the George Centre has helped out quite a bit. So yeah, it's hopefully we've got a business plan of having 4 units like this on a later date. So hopefully that's where we want to be at. You've got to offer people incentives. We're also competing with the supermarkets, of which we can beat them hands down. You just have to think of things that comes to mind, like the fruit bowls, vegetable bowls at £1 a piece. Our cut flowers now starting to take off again. Friends of ours that got other businesses in Grantham, one of them said, "This took us 9 years to get nominated. They've got nominated as well." I said, "Well, shame you're not going to win, are you?" I said, "Because we're in it now."
We live in Grantham. Grantham's our home. Luke's obviously been through, King's School in Grantham, and so we wanted a business that was local first and foremost. And I think also what we wanted to do was fill a gap that we felt was there. People can go and buy, from the supermarkets, but they don't really get any advice on the product, and they can't try the product, they can't, sample it. And we wanted to create an atmosphere where people could spend some time and enjoy themselves, ask questions, and actually feel confident about the responses that they were getting. And that's why we've concentrated on, on the training for Luke and the exams that he's taken. The business was in the planning stage for quite some time, going back over a year, and it stems really out of my interest in Italian wines, first and foremost. In that I've always had a passion of Italian wine and always wanted to import it into the country, and really that's where it stemmed from. And then it really sort of followed on from that with Luke finishing university and going into the off-licence business.
Everyone loves the store. It was all sort of personally created and made for us, and they love the layout and the products. So it's been very positive so far.
I think also people have sort of been surprised that it's an independent business. They come in and say, you must be part of a big chain because of the way, the professionalism that we've hopefully created here. And I think that's been very important, and I think they're quite surprised when they find out it's a family business. We're not just about alcohol. We've got the handmade chocolates and we've got the coffees and the teas, and we want to really sort of diversify into some non-alcohol products. So that we've got a wide range that can sort of satisfy everybody's likings.
We've only been running 5 months now, so I never imagined to be up for awards so soon.
I think it would be a fantastic achievement if we could win an award. But even just being nominated is testament, I think, to what we've achieved so far. But who knows? We might be lucky.
The business started 3 years ago with myself and my co-worker Deborah Wartnaby. Through lots of advertising we managed to attract clients, and obviously they were just a small amount initially. Debbie and I worked 70 to 80 hours a week. We were the hands-on plus the office work, and gradually over that 3 years the office has grown. This time last year I employed 9 care staff and supported people for 190 hours a week. In the last 12 months we've grown to the extent where I now employ 22 staff and provide over 400 care hours of support per week. We provide support to the elderly
in the main, but also for people with disabilities who aren't necessarily elderly, to live in their own homes, to enable them to stay in their own homes for as long as they possibly can, so that they don't have to go into residential home. We support them with everything, from the minute they get up in the morning to when they go to bed at night, and if need be during the night as well. Obviously that differs from person to person. Everyone is an individual and not everyone requires the same support. Someone may require support 24 hours a day to do every sort of normal day living activities. Some people may only require support once or twice a week, say, to have a bath. We're very proud of the staff that we employ. So to be able to be nominated for a business award also shows that the clients that we support are happy with the support that they're being given. You know, so yeah, it's fantastic.
My little boy's called Gene, so it was in honour of him. I've got a little girl now as well called Edie, so when they grow up I'm sure there might be a bit of jealousy there, but there we go. We opened in 2012, January. I basically worked somewhere else before and I just decided that it was about the right time to go on my own. Started here, lasted 2 weeks on my own, then I employed one member of staff. We worked together for a year. And then as the year went on, we got more and more busy and decided to add a third barber. And the back room needed a bit of upgrading, so we upgraded it and added another service, doing a cutthroat shave. And that's where we are now, really. We've got 5 members of staff, a Saturday boy, a shaver who comes in on Friday and Saturday, and 3 barbers. I love this location. I think it's the most attractive road in Grantham, so it suits us down to the ground. Obviously some shops have been done up recently, which adds to the character of the town. And yeah, I love this road. So service is massive. That's what I tell all my members of staff, to treat everyone with the utmost respect and don't ever rush them in and rush them out. Basically, we take our time with our work. And that's where I think we are very different to anyone else. Service is key for us here, so we try and add that little bit more than what probably a regular barbershop would do. I would love to win a Grantham Journal Business Award, because being from Grantham, it would just mean everything to me, just to be recognised by the local public, basically.
So Creative Success, we transform the way the world develops people. I started the business from my kitchen table 10 years ago in 2003, and we work in the UK, in Australia and in the US. 18 months ago we moved into Stoke Rochford. Grantham's a fantastic place to have your business. It's very commutable to London, and we have a team of people and a woodland setting where we train people in industry to be the best of themselves. We work with every kind of industry because people are people, and actually what you'll find is that it doesn't matter whether you're the managing director or on the board of directors of a PLC, or whether you're in a factory supervising on the shop floor with a production line. So we work with every industry and every level, and we specialise, I guess if we specialise anywhere, it tends to be within confidence, power and performance. So we work with PLCs, we've worked with individual farmers. In Australia, we're working with banking, we're working with manufacturing, and our clients are taking us to the US, predominantly in manufacturing and professional services.
We're a very unusual organisation in that we are ourselves totally, and that authenticity has to come through in all our employees, because we would lose credibility if we weren't like that. And Sam just exemplifies that total authenticity and being able to bring out the best in other people whilst being the best version of herself. That's one of the reasons why we nominated her. Sam's been with Courageous Success for several years now. She was one of our very first employees, and throughout that time Sam is just amazing. She's an incredibly positive person. She's always got something nice to say. She never lets situations get to her. She always manages to look at it in a positive way, which is part of what we do as a business. So she really does walk the talk with regards to Courageous Success.
Gravity FM has just completed its first 5-year licence, which has been granted by Ofcom, and as a result of meeting the commitments we've had for the community and all the objectives for engaging volunteers during that time, we've had that renewed and extended for another 5 years. We focus on Grantham and the villages that surround Grantham, and that's really the key to the broadcasting we do. We're really lucky to be in Grantham. Grantham has got a fantastic community, and there's so many things that go on in Grantham, and for us to be part of that and be able to support that is really important to the organisation. We also have this unique ability as a radio station to connect with the villages that often feel themselves slightly isolated, and indeed listeners in those villages who, for whatever reason, are unable to get out or get engaged in events. We also involve a lot of volunteers. We've got these fantastic premises that the college have allowed us to access, and that enables us to take people off the streets that have never had any involvement with radio before, of all ages, and bring them into the station, train them, develop them, and have them put content out for the local community. Oh, we're very proud. We actually produce more live broadcasting hours than most other stations in the country. And we also produce all sorts of features and articles, and that's not really the only thing we're doing. It's also all the outreach that we do. We provide discos and road shows to support events. We've recently been to the Newton Fraction Marathon. We were involved in the Gravity Fields Festival and promoting that last time it happened, and I looking forward to that again this time round. It's an absolutely humbling experience to actually have that recognition that people have seen fit to nominate us for what we do in Grantham.
Yeah, we're part of Mobile Controls Division, part of a very large American organisation. We make directional hydraulic control valves in this location, a range of those. We sell those to customers like JCB, Volvo. Our biggest customer is JCB in the UK. Other than that, we also machine a lot of components which we supply to our sister division based in Sweden. That's where our headquarters is. And we have somewhere in the region of $26 million of turnover from this location.
A lot of employees are from Grantham, some are from 10 or 15 miles up the road. Just recently we've taken on an apprentice. We used to have a graduate each year, but now we've decided to try and take an apprenticeship on and grow him from within the business. He's from a surrounding village. And we do have people that have come to us from other countries. We have established a programme called High Performance Teams, which gives every employee on the site the opportunity to be in a team in their work area, and they have buy-in and commitment to everything that we do, so they're not being told what to do. They have boundaries to which they can come to everybody else and gain experience and basically be empowered. Who's the best person to tell us what they need or to guide us within their manufacturing area is the people here that have been here over 20 years, 10 years or however. They bring something new to the business rather than managers asking them what to do all the time.
Centre has been going for 24 years now, so we've got a good track record, 25 years in November. We've got a good customer base here in Grantham. We know a lot of people know us in Grantham, a lot of people come back to us, and we have great recommendations, so that's a good thing. The premises here are really handy for all sorts of reasons. We've got access for people dropping off machines to Guildhall Street, etc. And we've got room at the back of the premises for workshop space and for all the repairs to be done as well. So great premises, good location. I think one of the major things with Grantham Computer Centre is we've got an ethic that we do care about people and not just the business. So I mean, obviously the business is very important to us. We do really care about people, and I think that comes across the way we talk to people and the sort of information we give people throughout the old process, the old sales process, and the after-care process as well. It's great to think that I think, you know, out of all the awards, we've been nominated for a Customer Care Award, which we do put a lot of effort into customer care. So obviously it's very important to us that we get that right. And I think the nomination and the fact that we've been put into that category is very important to us. I think it's important to say, look, you know, there is room for new businesses in Grantham, and if I can encourage new businesses to come into town, then that's great. As part of the Grantham Retailers Association, the idea was to work together with new and old businesses and to create you know, that sort of ethic where we all use each other, where we all work together, and we all buy off each other, and encourage local people to buy off local shops as well. So that's very important to us as well. So yes, I continue to work with the Grantham Retailers Association on those levels. We do work really hard at what we do, so it would be something the icing on the cake, really. To be fair, it'd be fantastic to win.
We've been basically going to be more for it's about 7 years now, but I mean, the company's actually in its 60th year. We've been sort of trading since 1954. The company's quite well known locally for its bulk liquid side. Our tankers are seen around, and we've got our sort of beer can tanker design, which we won an award for last year. So the tanking side, we moved sort of mainly beer for festivals and most breweries that you can think of. Then we have our sort of general distribution side, which covers full loads of palletised goods, and again we cover all of the UK and Europe with that. We have a pallet line division, which covers the out to Skegness, Boston, Newark, Sleaford, Grantham. That's where our sort of customers tend to be, and then we distribute pallets through that network throughout the UK. We're located in Grantham, but we cover all of the UK and mainland Europe. Obviously, as a transport company that covers all of the UK, we need to be as close to a main road as the A1. So it's perfect. We say within a couple of minutes we're on the A1, and then we can go to Scotland, London, Cornwall, wherever we need to be. The business has changed quite a lot over the last 10 years, but we've grown considerably. Turnover's doubled. Say this year is our 60th anniversary, and we won an award at the Motor Transport Awards last year, and so we're delighted to be shortlisted for Business of the Year. I think to win, if we were to win Business of the Year in our 60th anniversary year, it really would be testament to the company and to its team.